Ayanokoji stays productive 98% of the day because he was taught exactly how to maintain a deep work routine in the White Room. Now, the funny part is that you probably already invest more effort than him to get your work done. But just because of the 4 steps we are going to discuss today, he is 10 times more consistent. But this guide will change that. And no, I am not going to yap about eating the frog or something like that. Instead, you're going to learn how to be productive like Ayanokoji through 4 stages. First, the blueprint stage, followed by the environment and gamification stage, and to finish it up, the emulation stage. Just make sure you watch until the end, because the last one might just be the most important. So let's sit up straight, take a deep breath, and lock in. Whether you want to learn for an upcoming exam, master a musical instrument, or acquire coding skills, the initial phase is often the most challenging. There are a million different ways to begin, and this can make your brain feel stuck. You start thinking, should I watch videos? Start a course? Where do I even begin? If only someone could provide a roadmap with steps breaking down the entire process. Here is where today's sponsor comes in, because that's one thing that Poly AI is actually amazing for. Imagine having a virtual study instructor, which is tailored specifically to your learning style and goals. This is possible because Poly AI lets you build your own AI chatbot. So Poly can help you create a roadmap for your tasks, keep you motivated, and provide continuous feedback and support. For example, let me ask this study bot for a roadmap of World War I. Now let me give it a bit more background information. Finally, let's ask the bot for some test questions. If you're interested in taking your productivity to the next level and making your learning experience more interactive and fun, try Poly AI through the link in the description. It is available in the Play Store, App Store, and even on Chrome, so don't hesitate to share this app with your friends. Also, don't forget that you can use the code MIND8 in Poly to unlock the Plus feature. Now let's move on to one of the biggest factors of Ayanokoji's machine-like productivity. When you look at your workspace, or more specifically your desk, how many unnecessary things do you see? All this extra clutter is adding to your cognitive load and thereby reducing your mental capacity, even if you do not consciously notice it. The principle of maintaining a minimalist environment is the most obvious and important cornerstone of the White Room philosophy. The only possible distraction left in the White Room is the presence of other students, but otherwise it embodies the essence of focus and clarity. In real life, you can adopt this principle by keeping only the most essential items on your desk. Also, did you notice that it is always extremely bright in the White Room? This is not by accident. Bright lights help to facilitate focus by increasing the release of dopamine, norepinephrine, and a healthy amount of cortisol. What does this mean for you in practice? For one, you should always have your overhead lights on when you want to study or get work done. Overhead lights are special because of the melanopsin ganglion cells in our eyes. Those neurons send little wires to an area of our hypothalamus, right above the roof of our mouth, which creates a state of alertness. Then, if you work with an electronic device, turn up the screen's brightness. Before I researched for this video, my computer screen was always on night mode, which would be the wrong approach. Other than that, place a lamp on your desk to get your workspace as bright as possible while not feeling uncomfortable. Also, if you are someone who wants to get the absolute maximum out of your lighting, then you could even consider purchasing a bright LED light, like a ring light, as the bright blue light they emit is perfect for the stimulation of the melanopsin ganglion cells we talked about. However, the best lighting is actually completely free. Sunlight is superior to all the other options, so if it is possible to place your desk in front of a window which you can open during work, this is the best solution. Why should the window be open? Well, how about you make a quick guess as to how much less effective looking at sunlight through a window is when it comes to alertness? Yes, it actually is 50 times less effective. This is because windows filter out a lot of the wavelengths of blue light that are vital when it comes to alertness. Now, have you ever wondered why some activities allow you to effortlessly enter a state of focus? In the next section, we will talk about how to channel that focus to productive activities. Our ability to spend hours on seemingly trivial activities without effort is tied to a state known as flow. Introduced by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, flow is a state of complete immersion in an activity where time seems to fly by and tasks feel almost effortless. This state is characterized by what's called effortless exertion. Just take the last time you were playing a video game and out of nowhere, hours flew by. We all know that gamers can spend entire days solving incredibly complex problems within these games, often under high stress. But how can we channel this power to a more productive outlet? Well, the key is gamification. At its core, gamification taps into the human psyche's affinity for games. According to self-determination theory, motivation is driven by the fulfillment of three basic psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. This is why gamification strategies often address these needs by creating environments where users feel a sense of control, recognize their progress and skill development, and engage in social interactions. So the first thing you can do to gamify your work is to visualize progress. Using progress bars and achievement graphs to help you see how your efforts contribute to your goals can massively enhance motivation and persistence. Also, it obviously makes you more accountable, as you are visually reminded when you slack off. Now, whether you prefer drawing a progress bar on a piece of paper or using apps like Arkush and Todoist, the choice is yours. Next, one of the most straightforward methods to simulate competition is through time trials. This involves setting a specific time limit to complete tasks or assignments, which introduces a sense of urgency and significantly enhances focus and efficiency. For instance, if you are working on an essay, you might set a timer for 30 minutes to write a section of the paper. Now, the real magic happens when you regularly engage in these timed exercises, because then you can track improvements in both speed and quality. This enables you to create a sense of competition against yourself. Over time, the challenge of beating your previous best encourages you to refine your workflow and to eliminate distractions, which ultimately makes you more productive. Okay, you've reached the final point. Most people may have clicked away by now, but for those of you still with me, I'm about to share a unique technique that I personally find incredibly valuable. My personal favorite productivity hack is the role model technique. First, you identify someone you admire for their productivity. They could be a public figure, someone you know in real life, or even a fictional character like Ayanokoji. Then, the next time you feel tired and start to drift off to procrastination, you visualize your role model handling the same situation. Ask yourself, what would they do? Imagine their disciplined work ethic and how much they get done while you are scrolling on social media. This is so damn effective because of multiple reasons. For one, there is the concept of self-efficacy, which was introduced by a renowned psychologist called Albert Bandura. Self-efficacy is simply the belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations. When you visualize a role model successfully managing their productivity, you quite literally boost your own self-efficacy. This increased belief in your abilities enhances your confidence and motivation, which then makes you more likely to tackle tasks with resilience. But that is not all. By focusing on how a role model would handle a situation, you engage your more analytical and rational side. This shift from an emotional to a rational approach helps you come up with effective solutions and thereby reduces the likelihood of you getting overwhelmed or giving up. Okay, you've made it to the end. Keep pushing forward and applying what you've learned. You're well on your way to reaching your goals. Thank you for watching, and you got this, bro.